Welcome. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome, returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could join us. For those of you who are brand new and don't know Colleen and I, we have a knitting podcast, but on today's video, we're going to be talking all about a lip balm kit that Colleen has purchased, and we're going to be making lip balm. I'm excited to get started with that, but before we get started, Colleen will talk all about the kit itself.
So we went to Candora, which is a soap supply store, and they had these kits. And
it's in London, Ontario, so to interrupt you.
No problem. In London, Ontario. And I'd always wanted to make lip balm and never made it. So they had a kit which has all kinds of goodies in it. So I'm going to tell you about the kit, tell you about a few things that we purchased outside the kit, and we'll go through. So I'm just going to go through. Here's how it comes in the bag. And the first thing that you do is you have instructions. All right, so it's going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it.
And Colleen and I have never made lip balm before, so it's going to be interesting to see what we do, because we don't have any preconceived notion of what you're supposed to do.
Now,
we've
watched
honest,
YouTube. Yes, we've watched
YouTube, and we've watched Ellen Ruth on YouTube, and she's wonderful. If you haven't seen her, she does a lip balm.
Exactly. So let's say, first of all, we have lip balm tubes and caps. So this kit makes 13 lip balms, and they say 12 to sell if you're going to sell them, and then one
to test.
Which
I don't like that number 13 though.
It's okay. Okay, well, I'll take number 1, and then 2 to 13. Those are the ones we're going to sell. Okay. Sound good? All right, so that's first thing. Obviously, you have to have things. Now, there's all kinds of ingredients here.
Now, apparently, talking to Ellen Ruth, you can get clear ones of these on Amazon, and also you can get white ones.
Your white ones, you can actually get black tubes as well.
Oh, can you? Mm-hmm. And they have given us, are these clear or white?
They're clear.
They've given us the clear one in the package, so that's kind of cool.
Now, the other thing is, some companies, when you order their lip balm tubes, you have to order the caps separately. So I'm just letting you know that. Always check online if you're ordering what's going on that way. All right, here are some ingredients. So we have some deodorized cocoa butter. So deodorized just takes the scent away, because cocoa butter does have a strong scent of chocolate, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But this one is deodorized.
That's a cute little package. It's 30 grams.
There we go. And then this is the Candela wax. We've never used Candela wax. So it's just a little bit. And that's what it looks like.
Cute.
And then we have some white beeswax. Some little pastilles. Those are easier to melt. Okay, I'll let you have that. Now, we have 2 different oils. One is sweet almond oil, and the other one is castor oil. And it's nice that they keep this in this bag, because it keeps it from spilling. Now, when you get the kit, you tell them what, I was going to say what scent, but it's not a scent, it's a flavor, what flavor you want. They have a number of different ones, and we chose sugared strawberry.
And I'm going to have a little smell of that if it's open.
It is.
I can't remember what it smelled like, but definite sweet strawberry. Like that's the first thing you smell. It's lovely. That's going to be nice on your lips. You've got to be careful what flavor you pick, because it is going on your lips, right? You can't pick a flowery flavor or
no.
So that's great.
Exactly. And they have, I don't know, I was looking online yesterday, they have 12 or 14 different ones that you can pick. Right. They give you just enough, so that's good.
What else is in this kit?
Well, we have this bag, and there is a pipette. Let me see if I can get into this bag.
Now, is the kit reasonably priced?
It was reasonably priced, absolutely. So it was $18. And for $18, you get everything that we've shown you, plus the instructions of how to make them, and you get 13 lip balms. And if you buy a lip balm at the store, like if you're going to Walmart or Superstore or whatever, those can be $4 or $5. Oh. So to get 13, if you think 13 times 5 is 65, you're getting your money's worth for sure.
Okay.
And you're also learning. Now, here's a pipette.
Well, those are cute.
There you go.
We buy a lot of pipettes on Amazon. They come in bulk, and they're handy.
Exactly. And we started, when we first started doing soap, we started keeping the pipettes, thinking, we'll just save them. And we don't always do that. All right, here's a lovely stir stick. Okay, sometimes we use a skewer as a stir stick, but that's going to be nice. And then, and I don't know what the answer is, there's a little cup here and it's got some measuring things to do, so that's going to help us when we measure. Now, that's what's in the kit. We decided to buy a couple of other things just to make life easier. So we wanted a way to have the tube stand up without having to hold on to all the tubes. And so this is called a round lip tube round lip tube tray mold. And it's from Crafter's Choice. Now it is silicone, so it's going to be easy to wash and clean. Ellen Ruth talked about making sure you have some tubes on this end and some tubes on that one, because you want to make it like a little table. And then that's going to hold the tubes upright, and then you can fill them that way. So we did purchase that separately. And then the other thing that we purchased is one of these syringes. And so this part tops off, there's no needle or anything. And then what you can do is carefully draw up the mixture, and then you can just push it in a little bit at a time. You have to move quickly. The nice thing about it is if you're using a glass container, you can always warm it up in the microwave if you need to.
Now, we'd have to sanitize all this equipment.
Everything has to be sanitized
before we start making this.
That's for sure.
I know one of our subscribers on our knitting podcast talked about what we're wearing, and they said we look like surgeons.
There we go. Well, so look at you with the needle in hand.
So there you go.
All right. So that's what's in the kit. Those are the few extra things that we purchased, and let's get started. I have my gloves on. I've got my hairnet on. Everything is sanitized. I just want to show you how I set up the tubes. So there you are. I've kind of separated them all out, and that's so that when it stands like a table, and it's going to be easy to work with. So that's that plan. So now I'm going to put that aside and follow my instructions. All right, so there is my glass container, because we are going to use the microwave, and now I'm going to follow instructions. So first thing I need to do is put in the cocoa butter, and it's all measured out nicely for me, so I'm going to put that in the container, and that will get rid of that. Okay, so that's that. Then I'm supposed to put in the beeswax. And once again, you're using the entire amount that's been measured. So we put that in. Then we need to add the Candora wax. Now, I've never used that before, so there's no scent to it. So we're going to put that in as well. Okay, so that's that. And then it says we are to melt it just until it is liquefied, and it talks about 45-second bursts. So that's what I'm going to do, and then when I come back, it'll all be melted. The waxes and the cocoa butter are all melted, and now it's time to add the liquid measurements. So I need to add sweet almond oil. I don't need to add everything that's in this container though, so I need to measure it using the little cup. And I need to add this, okay. There we go. All right, so I can add in the sweet almond oil. So I've just grabbed this lovely little, it's got a spatula on one end, spoon on the other, because I just want to make sure I get all of the sweet almond oil in. So we'll just use that end and put it in. All right, now you may see at the bottom that the waxes are starting to solidify a little bit. That's okay, because if we need to heat it up, we can do that. And now I need to add the castor oil. So once again, I need to measure it. All right, so there goes the castor oil. Okay, Now I'm just going to give this a stir to see if I need to heat it up again. And I may. Let's just see if it will. Now I think I'm going to have to reheat it a little bit in the microwave. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. So the waxes are nice and melted. And now the next thing we have to do is put in the flavoring. And what it says is to start slow. So I'm to put in a little bit and then I'm supposed to test it actually. And I'll explain how I'm going to test it. So my job is to put in a number of drops here. So it is important that you check online as far as the usage rate for oils, even when you're making lip balms. So I've started with the minimum amount. And I'm just stirring it in. It says in the instructions, too much flavor oil can make your lip balms bitter. That's hard to say. So what they suggest that you do is take the tip of a spoon, dip it in the wax, and then take that, and it says to put it in the freezer, and then we're going to give it a taste. So it's coated the spoon, and it's been in the freezer a little bit, so I'm just going to try and put some on my lips and take a taste. It's okay, but I think I'm going to put a few more drops in. All right, my assistant has cleaned off the spoon, sterilized it, so we're going to go through the process again. Alrighty, so there's that, and we'll just put it in the freezer for a little bit, and then we'll try it again. Maybe a few more drops. Perfect. Yes, I like that. That's fantastic. We've got the right amount. Guess what? I just have to pour it into the tubes. So I think because it's taken me a while, I'm just going to give it a little bit of an extra heat up because I don't want to get it all gummy inside the syringe that I'm going to use. To make sure I'm shooting where the tubes are. All right, I'm going to continue filling those up and then we'll be back to see how they look. So those are my 13 lip balms. And now what I'm going to do is take this remaining part and I'm going to heat it up and I'm just going to put this in this little container. There we are, all melted. And now we'll just pour that in. There we are. Perfection. A little lip balm for me. The lip balms are all nice and solid, so now I'm going to take them out of the tray. They've come out nicely. And I was noticing the little sinkhole in the center, but I had a Burt's Lip Bee lip balm, and they have the same. So I think you've done a great job. Whoops. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and just clean off the edges and then put the lid on. So I'll just keep working on that and then I'll come back when I'm all done. And we're back. So we've had the adventure of doing that lip balm kit lots of fun. May, what did you think?
I thought it was fun to watch. I didn't do anything because I wasn't really sanitized, and you
You
had all
were the
hair
camera
net.
lady.
I was the camera person.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was fun to watch you do it and see what you have to do for the first time. So I hope it's inspired people out there to do it and get a kit somewhere and give it a shot.
Exactly.
You talked about doing other recipes though.
Right, absolutely. So let's talk first of all this recipe. It's easy to work with. You melt the hard waxes in the microwave, easy to do. Don't use a regular spoon to stir it because then you're going to lose all that wax on the spoon. So you want to make sure the kit itself came with like a coffee stir stick. That's the best way to go. I know when I'm doing some other lotions, I use that. It took a while for me to figure that out, but you now will know. So that worked out well. Put the other oils in. Now the flavor oil smells very lovely of strawberry, but when I was putting it in the kit, it says to put a certain number of drops in. Don't put too many drops in. So it was like, what am I going to do? So as the lip balm hardened, I think we did the right thing. We put enough in, enough drops in. So we did the sugared strawberry. Now there is one review that talks about it being a little bitter. And I remember saying to you, a little bit bitter, but it's beautiful. Like when it's finished and when
Maybe if you know the trick is not to put too much in, and then it's not going to be that
exactly. So there's the lip balm, and it's lovely. Like the texture of it,
nice,
beautiful,
good texture.
Exactly.
Put that one aside so you know you've used that one.
Well, you know what? I know I've used this one because it was the smallest one.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's not a problem. I already knew which one it was because I put all the rest of them together.
but not that we're selling these ones because
No.
we're not going to sell this recipe because it's our first recipe, and we have to
Exactly.
compare with some other ones.
Exactly.
And we were going to compare with some other recipes.
That's right. And so we do need to figure out labels as well. But we have people that we can give this to.
As gifts, we'll give it
as
away as gifts.
And you know what? It's not too bitter. I was worried about it, but it feels great on my lips, not too bitter. So if you are interested in doing this, once again, it's Candora Soap and Soap Supplies. You can order them online. They ship really well. We're fortunate it's in London, so we can just go pick things up. But it's a great starting thing.
point.
And if you've got kids and you want to give it a try, you can do it that way. I mean, we used the big syringe to put it into the tubes, and that was great. But you could also just pour it in using a
if you're good with
cup.
your steady hand.
Yes, me not so much. And the one thing that in watching Ellen Ruth's video, she said, just don't push too hard. So I had refilled, which made everything be a little bit more liquidy, and then went to go in and then everywhere. So I'm not sure if you're going to see that, but you may have seen that. So anyway, but I loved it. Had a good time with the kit. I think we'll make some.
I'm excited for you to compare Ellen Ruth's recipe because she encourages to do a recipe. So if you ever want to see her video, go to Ellen Ruth. And she encourages you to try her recipes. Try her recipe in comparison, just to see what the difference is. Because she uses a lot more butters, I think.
She does. And I'm all into what flavors. So vanilla coconut, just coconut, chocolate mint, maybe just plain mint, maybe a melon flavor, pineapple. Oh,
so many choices.
So many choices. So we're going to have fun.
Yes,
and then we're going to be able to create some lip balms and hopefully sell them at some craft fairs.
Exactly.
So thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, let us know a flavor of lip balm that you love, and until next time,
You take care.